14 handicap, looking to prevent the hooks by having better club face control through strike. If you can start the ball right of target like this one, you'll see a nice high draw from right to left. Looking at your grip from the face on, we'll see it's in too strong of a position, which will give you more of a closed face tendency through that strike if you at all release the hands. But with good hip rotation and maintenance of your lag angles, you're able to get a nice looking impact position with your irons here. You're off your back foot quite a bit, but that's pushing and driving your lower body through, maybe making up for a little bit of the sway that you're doing off that ball. So I'd try to begin by getting both hands into a weaker position, rotating them more over the top of the club, which will keep your face more open and likely adjust your wrist angles to the top. We'll see that again when we go back to your down the line view, but if there's anything on top of your grip change, it would be to try to rotate your lower body a bit more so that you don't rock the hips an inch or two off the ball from the top. The good news is that you slide enough to recover from it, but if you're going to work on your game in the long run, you might as well look to eliminate that sway before it really becomes too far ingrained. But otherwise, nice mechanics and nice turn through strike with a good finish on a posted left leg. I think we're going to just see a similar swing here with the driver, ball position way up front, good grip behind in that strong position, but again, if you are hooking it, you could be releasing it if you don't turn enough. At the top, we can see a little bit clearer that your left wrist is in a very cupped position, but the face does not open too much because the grip was so strong from the beginning. Your downswing does maintain a lot of these lag angles, and again, the rotation clears you through, allowing you to hold on to that face angle and keep it relatively square as long as you keep the pace up. But it will require you to have that same cupped or bent angle of the left wrist back at impact. It becomes a lot easier if you can start with that left wrist a little flatter and in a weaker position, and then try to retain that same angle of flatness with the left wrist through strike. It does get to that point soon after in the follow through as you properly release via roll, and again, lots of compliments on this swing. It's pretty good action. So rewinding back to the very beginning to finish up, after you change to that weaker grip, you'll likely get away from such an in-to-out stance or a dropped back right foot. That's just forcing your path more to the inside in the backswing, and eventually you can work your way out of that by lining your feet up and then drawing the club away from your body with your arms and hands. The weaker grip will be hard to maintain your angles to the top, so when you make that change, make sure when you're viewing your videos at the top that you can see your left wrist nice and flat at that top position, P4. Great drop back down the plane, club face is already looking pretty lined up, so the only issue there is that the toe strike might be your saving grace, where you almost need to hit it on the outside part of the club to start that ball right enough before you get that gear effect. And lastly, a compliment to this Shot Tracer app, as 1 frame after impact, nothing, 2 frames it's catching up to the ball, 3 it's there, and 4 it guesses where the ball's going to go. It's exceeding the ball flight and already beginning to turn. So pretty cool technology with that app there. If you have any questions, feel free to follow up via email, sendaswing.com.